Hi folks, we're back and we are cooking during a pandemic in isolation. And just in case you're wondering, because I know that in the last videos, yes, my hair is getting really long. I have totally unmanicured nails now, and I'm not bottomless, although it might look like it. Yes? Okay, so now that that's out of the way, so as I said, yes, we're cooking during pandemic in isolation, trying to make use of things that we already have at home, such as cans of tuna. So today we are making tuna cakes. And for that, you will need 1 can of tuna. And I've already drained it. That's very important. I made these ones with the oil because I love the tuna that's packed in oil. But unfortunately, I had really mushy tuna cakes. So drain that well. And I've pre-measured all my ingredients here. I've got a ½ cup of breadcrumbs. And partly these are breadcrumbs from bread that I baked myself during this isolation period. And that will be shared during another video. No knead bread. Freaking awesome. Because Brent loves bread. I could personally do without it, but he loves bread, so there you go. I've got 2 eggs over here. This is about a tablespoon of chopped green onions or scallions. Get all those out there. I also have some red onions that I've chopped in advance and froze because I didn't want them to go bad. All in the spirit of making what you have last as long as you can. Chopped red roasted pepper from a jar. All the oil, that's all good stuff. And let's see now. I've got salt and pepper here. Add that. And about 1 clove of garlic. I'm doing this pre-chopped garlic, which is fine. You can chop your own. Adding some Dijon mustard. Now this is from France and I find it really mild, so I'm going to add like a whole full, I'd say, teaspoon for flavor. And I've got a bit of, I've got my mayo over here, but I don't, here's my paddle. Okay, so we'll put about, I don't know, let's say a tablespoon of mayo. And I'm going to leave it out because I might add more to it. So I'm going to mix it up here. This is a recipe that I truly invented on my own because I love tuna. And I love the words tuna and cake together. And I've tweaked it, I've experimented, and honestly, I think this is the best recipe. Okay, so I've incorporated all that, and I forgot my lemon. So with this, I want to zest it. I love lemon zest, lime zest, orange zest. So whatever citrus you have will really elevate this dish. And how much am I putting in? Oh, I don't know. I love lemon, so I've probably got about, I'd say, 1/4 teaspoon, maybe a little less than that. Okay, make sure you get all those bits of zest and stir it up. Look how colorful it is. You've got green from the scallions, you've got the red from the peppers, and now a little bit of yellow from the lemon. Whoa, there some goes. Now this will make 4 patties. So how do you get 4 patties out of this? Well, I just kind of make a little, I don't know, put it all together like this in the bowl. And then I'm going to separate it into 4 parts, right? So each one is going to be a patty. Put that to the side. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit messy. Sorry about the noise there. This is real time, folks? This is just me. I got no hair or makeup department. Kind of wearing the same clothes most days, but anyway. And we're doing this all in one take. So whatever mistakes we make, I mean, they're staying there. Okay. There you go. That's one patty. Okay. Here's another patty. Once I get all four, I'm going to chill it for as long as I can. And I think that as long as you chill it for 20 minutes, and that way you let it, all the flavors bind, kind of get to know each other. That's good. This seems a little bit mushy to me. So before I fry it up later, I'm going to roll them in panko, which gives it a really nice, soft, yet crispy crust at the same time. Soft and crispy. How is that possible? It's crispy at first and later on it gets soft. How's that? Okay. Now, here are my gorgeous tuna cakes, ready to be chilled. Now, these also make really good tuna burgers. You could put them between two slices of bread. I made my own hot hamburger buns and hot dog buns during this pandemic, and I'm not going to do it for you here. I'm not going to replicate it because honestly, I have never sweat that much and I have never run around in my teeny tiny kitchen. So I won't be doing that anytime soon. But look at this. Tuna cakes ready to be chilled. And I'm going to wait for probably an hour because while I'm doing that, I'm going to be making something else. Greek style potatoes. That's coming up next. The fish cakes have been chilling for a few hours actually because I decided to do some other things. And that is life, right? So I have some panko breadcrumbs here because the fish cakes seem a bit soft to me. And I'm gonna roll them in the panko before I fry them. So I've got a hot pan here. To the hot pan, I'm going to put some vegetable oil. Turn it down maybe a little bit there. These smell so good. So here's one tuna cake. I'm going to roll it, coat it a bit, reshape it. Nice. And that's, whoops. That's one. Whoops, it fell apart. That's okay. I'm gonna roll it again. And you know what? Form patties in my hand. I think that works better. Oil around. And there's another one. I think I need a little bit more oil to this pan. There we go. Yeah, so the patties didn't come together as much as I wanted them to, so I'm just rolling them in a ball again, and I'm going to coat them with the panko. And then, before I place them in the hot frying pan, I'm just going to shape it like so. There we go. And here's the last one. I love panko. It makes the patty really crisp and and then it gets really soft the next day. I've got a lot of extra here, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. Now the first one kind of fell apart, so I'm push it back together there. About 3 minutes per side, turning it down a little bit. While that is going, I'm going to make some homemade tartar sauce. First wash my hands here. I also zested a lemon. So I've got some lemon zest. Over here I have a 1/4 cup of Greek style yogurt. I love this tartar sauce, and I'm sort of borrowing this idea from a restaurant of a hotel that I used to work at when I was in high school. So that was a generous, I'd say, teaspoon of horseradish. To that, equal parts of this really great relish that I bought from Greaves in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And you know, I think I want a little bit more horseradish. There can't be too much of that. I mean, it adds a little bit of heat. It's really yummy. A little bit of lemon zest and some lemon juice. There we go. I don't want my fish cakes to burn, so before I stir that up, I'm just gonna check on this. Let's see. This is the first one, right? Hard to get at. Okay, let's try this one first. Whoops. You know what? I'm gonna use the little one. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Look at that. There's my first one. Whoa. Whoops. Flatten it out a little bit. That happens sometimes, hey? And I'm going to let the other two cook just a little bit longer because the pan is not as hot seemingly in that part of the pan, and they went in a little bit later. So back to my tartar sauce. Look at that. Yummy. Yum, yum, yummy. Oh, I smell that horseradish. It's so good. It's really like yummy. Okay. I think these other two are ready now. Nice. Give that a little bit. That could have used a little bit more time, but that's okay. Well, even though one broke, that's okay. That's a nice round one. Don't need the rest of these panko crumbs. What a shame I had to waste a few of them. Next time you could just add a little bit at a time. I'm going to move them around a little bit there. So, there we go. Nice. Okay. I really like this recipe because it uses a lot of ingredients that aren't necessarily fresh. I mean, the only thing that's fresh in there is the scallions, which you could also freeze, and the lemon zest, which it's nice if you have it, But if you don't, a real lemon squirt of that lemon juice works just fine as well. And the egg, really, and eggs keep for a long time. Eggs are one of the things that I always buy multiples of when we do our shopping once every 3 weeks. Eggs, butter, milk, and bread. Okay, now that's smelling really good. I just want to check. Let's see. This was the first one that I flipped. Oh, that's ready. That's nice. Now we'll do a little check on this one. Yep, that one's done. Awesome. Looking so good. Like all of this from one can of tuna. Like holy crap. It's great. Talk about making your food go far. This one's done. Nice. I think I might want to have this one go a little bit longer. That might need a little bit more oil. I feel like it might need a little. It needs to sizzle. There we go. There we go. There is egg in there, so you want to make sure that you cook it through. And you can put this between a bun, or you can have it on its own just with a tartar sauce, which is how we're gonna have it tonight. Yeah, now it's got a nice coating. That's it. God, I love these things. They travel really well too, because you could have tuna cakes hot or cold. They make a really good picnic food, which is what we're going to be doing later this week. Picnic, because you can still socially distance. I think that is done. Turn that off. Put that on the plate here. And look at that. Tuna cakes.